and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Candle, and today, this is paperwork trails. We're getting through all the paperwork, in case that wasn't obvious from the title. I'm going to be playing my wizard, who's good with books and numbers and paperwork, Crystal Everlight. And today I am joined by the lovely and absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Um, hey, I am Morski, also known as Morski. I will be playing our lovely detective Moria, who has gotten so much more paperwork recently. She has experience dealing with it, but dear lord, why does Toon paperwork come in like tower-like stacks? This is too much. She's only a human, please.
The truth comes out. The reason why Toons hate paperwork so much is because it's always cartoonishly complicated and hard to get through.
Honestly, yeah. Moria is like looking at this stuff, and it's like, I never had these kind of issues back in the metropolis.
It's like either no paperwork or all paperwork. You don't get a choice of the in between.
Yeah, yeah. She's kind of waiting for when the no paperwork will come. She has been dealing with this for a few weeks now.
Oh, poor dear.
Help her.
Well, help is on its way because Crystal is in Villestown. She is coming to visit Moria. She has more. Honestly, I have no idea how useful the information she's been bringing. It's just been my excuse for why she's in Villestown so often.
Honestly, it's valid, and like, hey, Moria appreciates the help one way or another. It's nice not having to do this stuff on her own. So like,
Yeah.
it's also nice being able to chat with people.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, probably Crystal's been helping out not just with like researching what the aberrations could be, but also, helping Moria find like information on the people involved because I'm sure that comes with a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, absolutely. Mind you, she doesn't only deal it, like, her office doesn't only deal in the aberration cases. It's like, I'm not sure if this would be called a specialization. They are all being funneled to her at this point because tunes be like that. And she's just, oh, okay, well, it makes my job trying to find out more a bit about this easier at least. But,
Hmm.
she does deal in other cases, like the occasional cat, the occasional psychology case, the occasional, yeah, your dude is over here, you just missed him by like half an hour. And then the more recent pop-up of murder cases ever since a certain someone joined.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely not the 6-year-old, right? Right.
Yeah. Anyway, well, yeah, so yeah, Crystal has made her way to Moria's office and should I make a roll or something upon opening the door to or like knocking and then entering like a like hi Moria, it's me sort of thing, like maybe
Yeah,
a dex
sure.
save or something.
I actually, yeah, roll me performance
Okay.
to see how loud you are, and then I'll roll a perception to see if Moria is able to
Oh.
hear you.
Oh, poor dear. 6.
20!
Oh my god.
um, okay, if Crystal wishes, she can also roll a perception just to like get a gauge of things are going.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's
like,
fine.
you probably just knock on the door, say, "Hi, I'm here," and you walk in.
So, the duality of I said this earlier and I will say it again. I love the duality of Crystal's perceptions. I rolled a 3 this morning in the FPS I did with Avi, and now I rolled a 17.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, hey, you've been here before. You probably know the place at least a little bit at this point.
Yeah.
And like, since you have been coming here a bunch, it's like, yeah, okay, things are as usual. You can kind of see the signs of more people being in the office more often.
Hmm. Hmm. Well,
You can
she's definitely met
recognize.
one of those
Hmm?
people.
You've met two of those people, even. Um,
That's true.
you can kind of see the signs of them here. I guess you're not in the kitchen, but if you were to go to the kitchen, you'd notice there's more coffee supplies because Moria might like tea, but the other two detectives in this house are far more fond of coffee. But you'll also you'll find some knickknacks and such. Like it seems like Moria may have befriended someone who's fond of tinkering.
Oh, yeah. I think
I
I
don't think Crystal met Roboto, but
no, she hasn't met Roboto, but I think she knows a few people who tinker with stuff, so I think she would have spotted that that's not like that's new.
mm, it's mostly small and harmless stuff, but like, yeah, it's here. Um, you will also notice that over where Moria tends to hang out during the day, uh, was there always that much paper there?
I think
And uh,
no, keep going.
like, or like just, and when you walk over there, it's like, it's a bit tired. It's definitely, I have been doing this for far too long, but hey, who's there? Apologies. I'm stuck dealing with a situation here.
It's just Crystal. Crystal Everlight. I was stopping in to um well she sort of pauses, looks at her bag where she's got more paperwork before.
I think more. Where it's like, oh hey, Crystal. Yeah, sure. Come on over.
Just the. Are you are you all right? Do you do you need help?
I'm just imagining the beat of silence. You have Moria sitting down with like a couple towers. You did get a 17 earlier, so you're able to tell like one stack is actually the finished paper, like is the unfinished paperwork, and the other few stacks are the finished paperwork.
Oh well, at least
But
she's
there
been
is this
getting
like
through it.
beat of she's been trying, dang it, and also well, I'll get to this bit later, but I like to imagine there's just this beat of silence and more is like, yeah, honestly, anything to get rid of this quicker. I don't get why is there so much paperwork for this stuff?
It's a toon
Just
thing.
she pinches like just Moria pinches the bridge of her nose. But it's like anywho, would you like to sit down? I can get the tea going.
That will be lovely, and I can show you some tricks to help get through it faster, since I may or may not have experience in this department.
Thank you. I think you can kind of tell that internally Moria was slowly like considering burning some of the like paperwork extras she's been getting.
Honestly, that might have worked.
Like, Detective Moria, why isn't this paperwork done? Cat ate it. What? Cat ate it.
Chester, have you been getting into Moria's paperwork again?
Honestly, I think if anything, Moria would have donated the paperwork as like, hey, you guys, like, just so like the cats have some padding
Yeah.
so they can put the blankets on top. Or,
Yeah.
like newspaper and stuff.
Yeah, it's like,
Use
hey
paperwork
Chester,
instead.
hey, would you like some spare paper for, I don't know, bedding or litter trays or something like that? Because I sure I sure think that's a better use of it.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
Okay, okay. I'm gonna roll an investigation, I think, to see if she can sort of begin passing through some of the paperwork.
yeah, absolutely. Go for it. I'll let you do this with advantage if you wish.
Yeah.
You have you have proficiency in paperwork.
Yep. Come on, dice pass would be nicer.
14.
Okay.
That sure is a pile of paperwork. It's like this is some really horrific paperwork, honestly. I feel like, considering this is Crystal, in her opinion, whoever made this paperwork should like be burnt a bit because hello, that's horrendous.
Yeah.
But it takes you a moment to parse the things, and you realize that like you are able to notice the general investigations, and just from like talking with Moria before, you can recognize some of the cases her office has picked up. Um,
Hmm.
you will also realize that a good chunk of this is murder paperwork, like two murders found in a single day, one day with like one time with a murder found 3 days in a row. And roll me flat intelligence for funsies.
All right. What is your flat intelligence, my dear? Ah,
Good, I hope,
yes.
since you're a wizard.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Hey! Yeah, no, you definitely recognize some of the names here. Um, there's an Azumi, and on almost all of the murder paperwork, gonna be real with you, there's a Camille.
You just see the sweat drop. Like just as she's realizing just how many of these like
Oh, and here's like a paperwork for a themed murder on Valentine's. What is this? Thankfully, it seems like someone else took over it. But, man,
you get a I see your apprentice has been busy.
that's one way to put it. There's a pause. Moria brings over the tea and she sits down. His luck is worse than mine, which is. There's just a pause as she looks down at the tea and like, who on earth decided it's right for a kid to say that matters? Just pinches the bridge of her nose again.
Yeah,
He's
there's
handling it really well, which, I mean, looks like he's had a lot of experience and he's helped me a lot with actually handling this paper. But, dear lord.
I do not know if that is a good thing or a bad thing to hear.
Moria's just rolling with it. It's the only thing she can really do.
um yeah, I think this is probably a good place. There's a little bit of her fat fingers bleh, words, her fingers like drumming on the surface of the what little surface of the desk she can find before she's like, I will be honest that that was something I was hoping to bring up while I was here. I've been
No.
I've been looking into Camille, and I'm a little bit concerned at what I've found, or I guess rather the lack of what I've found.
I'm listening.
And well, I suppose he is your apprentice, and you were the best person I thought to talk to. I have not been able to find anything on him past a few months back.
Okay, roll me an insight on Moria, please.
Yep.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, no. Um, Moria is worried, but you kind of see her going, this does track just a little bit from what I've picked up from the kid. She's like, okay.
Yeah, it's just it like school records. I haven't been able to find anything on where where he's staying. Um, the school records only go back a few months. Sightings and police reports and uh, all of those things. There's just nothing before then, and I no transfer notes, no nothing, and I I don't know. It's concerning me, especially given his age, and I
His track record with
yes, that too.
walking into things.
That sort of that sort of thing does not go unnoticed, which yeah,
Yeah,
not to mention
it's
other little inconsistencies about his character.
yeah, Moria hums and it's just the impression I've gotten is that his guardians aren't the best. I've been doing my best to look out for him, and I know Izumi has too. And there are others, but for the people who were supposed to look out for them, the impression I've got is they aren't exactly present.
Uh,
So just like you can kind of tell Moria is bothered, but also Camille has not been willing to talk about it at all.
mm,
And she's kind of very well aware that if you prod into that too much, he's just gonna run away, which, fair.
mm.
Fair, worrying, but.
Yeah, Moria is now welcome to roll an insight on Crystal if she'd like.
Ooh, Moria, your insight is. Okay.
Oh,
23.
oh my god, that's a high roll. Okay, well, the there is very
The
easy to
fact
see.
that she's hanging around Azumi and Camille of all people has, like, given her a lot of practice at reading
Yeah,
people.
yeah, makes sense. It's very obvious to see that Crystal does not approve of the fact that when you mention I don't think his guardians are very good. There's just yeah, that's sort of the impression I've gotten too, and I don't like it. Like very very high disapproval from her. Um,
Oh, Moria, handshake. Like, handshake.
but that one's pretty plain. But with that high of an insight, there's a little bit more that you can catch in that. Um, there's a little bit. It yeah. It would have been Probably just because you've been, spending time with Camille and Azumi and getting better at catching those like little subtler details in that there seems to be something kind of personal to her about like a personal affrontation to parents not taking their responsibilities seriously and kids having to step up because of it.
Uh, yeah, she knows what it feels like, huh?
Yeah.
Kindred spirits, I see.
Yeah, and that makes her very deeply defensive and angry.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Moria isn't going to throw that, but like, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
But in response to like what she got from Moria, there's the um yes, that's why I thought to bring it up with you. I again, since you are I suppose the person I know who has a direct influence and responsibility for Camille, and honestly one that I trust more. I thought that if that you should be aware of it for being able to take care of him better. I may not have agreed with all of the decisions that you've made, but I trust your judgment in these sort of situations.
You do actually earn a smile from Moria and just thank you. There is there is a pause, and I admit I'm a bit uncertain how to go about asking, just simply by virtue of he does not want to talk about it at all. But it's
Yes,
going to come to a head someday.
I. Yeah, that is not so surprising, I suppose. Then just keeping an eye out, and you
Mm,
said that there were others who were keeping an eye on him as well, so maybe just communicating with them.
yeah. There's like a pause and just with the rate Camille picks up friends, there's a fair few people looking out for him. You should see him and Azumi together.
Huh, interesting.
And Moria is like, roll me another insight for funsies.
Of course, it's really funny considering Crystal has only had one meeting with Azumi, so her impression of him is probably not very true. But enough of a interesting. He did not strike me as to take that sort of interest in people, but like I don't know enough about Azumi.
Yeah,
So
just
what was it?
roll me a
Insight?
real quick insight on Moria. Yeah, it's insight.
Could be.
Moria is absolutely smug. Moria is smug, like, yeah, no, they have absolutely adopted each other. They're just oblivious.
There's definitely. Huh. Well. Oh. Okay. I wouldn't have pegged that, but there you go.
Look, she essentially lives with the two of them now. I'm sure she's picked up something.
That's fair.
She is just like just co-workers. No, absolutely not. They're siblings. Moria is actually emotionally and intelligent, unlike these two dumbasses
Oh
affectionate.
God, that's great. I love that so much. Unfortunately, Crystal
So,
is terrible at being able to read personal personal connections and stuff like that. So all of that goes over her head.
yeah, that's fair. Like, Moria is essentially just sitting and enjoying this show. If the boys have questions at some point, she'll answer, but they need to actually figure it out first.
That is
And
valid.
goodness help them.
God, I love that so much.
Yeah.
There's oh, um, it's funny you mentioned Izumi. I met another person from Yedo not too very recently. It's just an
Oh.
offhand comment of yeah. We were working in a cafe in Toontown. Made very good coffee and curry. I probably will go back.
Oh, that's nice. Um, if you mind asking, who are they? Like, Moria is also just going, hey, maybe I could visit there uh, whenever I visit Toontown, because goodness knows I've heard things going down there.
uh, I feel like you have enough to deal with in Villestown to branch out into another one, but if you do, it's called The Last One In. Arata, I believe they said the name. He said his name was.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Hmm. Yes.
I'd actually
Get
need to
get.
check. I'd actually need, like, as a player, or do
Mm.
you want to finish your sentence and then I say my bit?
Oh yeah. Oh, all I was gonna say is you should get the curry if you go.
Oh yeah, Moria is absolutely noting it down and says a thanks. Um, I will. I don't actually know at this point, but considering some he who thinks I need to check with Avi whether Azumi would have mentioned that, yeah, he has a friend called Arata.
I think it's funnier if Crystal is completely unaware of the fact that Router and Azumi know each other. It's just like, oh yeah, I know two
Oh
people
no,
from Yedo.
100%. Yeah, no, that's valid. I'm like, I don't know whether Moria is aware yet, so like just gonna let this slide for now. It is absolutely funny.
Yeah. I mean, even if Moria did know,
No,
I'm not sure if Moria is the sort to just say that.
yeah, that's a good point. She's just like, oh, cool. She can always mention it to her Azumi later, just like, oh hey, like you mentioned your friend Zarata, right? Is he the one making really good curry in Toontown? Azumi with an expression. What
Just
kind of expression? Yes.
this just goes back to like what what Avi has said and things is like just the is it a coincidence that like Izumi has been meeting so many people who know Arata but haven't known that he's looking for them for him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Um.
I think Crystal has started like while this conversation has been going on, she has been sort of like helping go through the paperwork and um probably help Moria organize them into groups and uh go take clear off the desk of things that have been like completed and stuff, you know, with a okay, first rule of Toonkind paperwork is that it tends to exaggerate. So when you can, try and get rid of as much paperwork from your desk as possible if you completed it, because that way it will be less likely to multiply.
Ah, I see. And internally she's going, oh dear lord, it was multiplying. But yeah, she has noted it down, is helping you with that. Should we have them both roll like an int save for this?
Yeah, why not?
So that's a 22, which makes sense. Moria has been like dealing with this for the past however long.
Okay, int save. Ah, yes.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
16's not
rip
bad.
Crystal.
but
Yeah.
it's not as good as with that +8 of a modifier. It's not exactly good either.
Yeah.
I think
It's
yeah.
You have been surprised by the tenacity of this paperwork. Why does it seem like Sam has tried to bite you when you've been putting it away?
Yeah, she might make an offhand comment of, "Wow, the person who gave you this really must not have liked you."
Honestly, I'm just doing my job. I don't even speak to the higher ups.
And then I
It's
suppose
like you can kind of see her expression too. Moria thinks a bunch of them are very stuffy, but at least she doesn't have to speak to them much.
handshake with Crystal over. I've met plenty of stuffy higher ups in my field of work.
Yeah, just like
In fact,
she
some people
didn't
might
come
call
into.
her a stuffy higher up.
It's fine. She's affectionate as opposed to the other ones that are derogatory.
Yeah.
It's I know, like on Moria's end, it's like she came into detective work to help people. She isn't here to deal with paperwork, but well, she's the one who's in charge of this office now. She should at least have this stuff handled. The kids are already dealing with far too much plot.
Yes. There's uh, words. Moria's being a really good mother figure and taking all of the behind the scenes stuff to make sure that she's making things easier for the plot that is going after the others.
Look, man, what else is she supposed to call the fact that the last 3 times Camille went outside for like a coffee or whatever, he has run into a murder? She can at least send Azumi there as well, and Azumi has been going himself, and other people have been helping to chip in. She should meet this home person. Camille's mentioned him, but like, honestly, what is this?
Yeah, yeah. Trust me. Uh Camille did bring up to Crystal that it wasn't a curse, it was just the plot. And because she had offered to try and like I can look in if it's a curse I can look into it and try and break it if you want, and he's like, no, it's just the plot. It's like, fine, okay, I guess if that's the case, if I ever meet the plot I will fight them.
Oh, handshake Moria. Handshake Moria. I know personally I'd love to see like Wizard Blood Hunter combo. Can you imagine the amount of DPS?
Wow. Yep, the
Moria
plot
has
would not stand
managed
a
to do
chance.
Yeah, Moria has managed to do 50 damage in one turn when she got a crit one time.
Oh
Imagine if she got
wow.
2 crits
Yeah,
with
wow.
like fully kitted out or with all of the setup done. So like, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that would be really cool to see, and rip whoever she goes up against.
Yeah. We'll get to see more of that tomorrow. Um
Ugh.
you know, don't you? Anywho.
Anyway, one thing at a time. We're in the middle of an FPS.
Yeah. 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 I Honestly, I'm just imagining this being like a banter between Crystal and Moria as they are just parsing away the paperwork and attacking it.
Yeah, actually, that's probably something Moria could note. I'm not gonna have her roll insight. Is that um Crystal seems a lot more relaxed in this setting than she did on the aberration case. Like she's being more open and making some jokes. They're the very like dry wit humor way it takes you a moment to realize that it was a joke.
But hey, she's trying, and that's cool.
Yeah. I also
Oh.
feel this has been like sort of development over the times that she's come to visit Moria. Like it's sort of slowly gotten less professional and more um like
They are friends,
friendly.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And Moria has been making some jokes of her own. She's like she herself is more quiet about it because she is that sort of person. But like, yeah,
Just the subtle humor pair.
exactly. Introvert to introvert.
Hmm. I think
I
um sometime along the point Crystal might have offhand handed commented, I see you've had more I see the office has been busier than usual.
yeah, I have a couple more friends who come and visit me fairly regularly. Roboto and Tangai.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a history.
Moria seems very fond when she talks about them, I will say.
Yep. There's a
Yo, that's a 25.
there's a oh, tongue tongue guy. Um yeah, I met him at the Painted Lady not too long ago. It was nice.
Oh, I'm glad. Like, I won't even make you roll insight. You've done very well by now. Just like, yeah, no. Moore is absolutely fond of him. A little bit worried by virtue of the poor fox man is rather anxious and is stuck dealing with so much.
Oh.
But like, you can tell she's fond.
Yeah, there's a he seemed like he was a good fellow. A nice
Oh,
friend to
he
have.
is. Mm, he and Roboto have been helping me a fair bit on these cases as well. They're
That's
good
nice.
people.
I have not had the uh chance to meet Roboto. I'll be honest,
Good.
he seems like a bit of a handful.
Did you hear from Tangai? He's like, how do you put very fond, very exasperated. She's like, you can tell Moria's remembering something.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a smile, like a smirk at that, and just yes. I have to say, from what Tungi said, it reminded me much of my own housemate, and they are definitely a handful.
Uh, too, huh? Just nod of understanding.
Look, sometimes you're blessed slash cursed with a very handful of a housemate.
Yeah, and sometimes you're blessed slash cursed with a wonderful robot who needs better coping mechanisms, but at least he's getting there.
Yeah, that's what we like to see.
Yeah, for funsies, because we've gotten a fair bit already. Shall we? Do you want to have like I'm thinking Moria could do an attack roll, and Candle, Crystal could do like a spell attack roll to see whether they demolish the paperwork.
All right, all
Like
right.
in one fell swoop.
Now I gotta look at
That
her
is,
spells and see what would probably be the most effective here.
I'm like thinking a fire cantrip or something, just a spell attack. I'm guessing that would be a 20 plus 8.
She has magic missile.
Yo, Moria. That was a 28 for everyone listening in.
Alright, oh, I don't have to make an attack roll for, magic missile.
Oh, amazing. Yes.
Okay, 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its targets per glowing dot. So,
If you, yeah, if you want, like, roll the damage to see, like, how much.
I think I'll just. Oh no, I'll do all three. That is 11 damage total.
Nice. Nice. And, like, with Moria getting a 28 on the attack, it's like you guys have chatted, the paperwork is sorted out a bunch. It's as if it was literally cut in half. Moria sighs in relief. Thank you.
uh, no worries. This. I know how this feels.
There's just a nod of understanding and yeah.
Besides, I'm one of those rare toon breeds that actually enjoys paperwork every now and
Oh. You would be a rarity even among real kind. Props to you.
then. Yeah.
There's like a pause and like, well, I suppose with that all done, want to have some cake?
Sure. What type?
I can see. Roberto was nice enough to get me a few from the painted lady, and shall we actually cut it off here? With like Crystal being pulled over to the kitchen and like they can have a snack before they go on their ways.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. Just a snack and maybe another cup of tea as the two of them just like chat, maybe catch up a little bit more before going on. Crystal goes on her way.
Yeah, just like chill a bit.
Yeah, they both probably need that.
Yeah, especially with everything that's gonna be happening.
Yeah, I can say handshake on that on both ends of things actually.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, on that note, thank you, Candle, for this lovely FPS. This was really fun.
For indulging me. I know it's just like, hey, Moria and Crystal should have an FPS finally.
They should. Thank you for coming to me for that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it was good
oh,
fun. It was soft and nice, and yeah.
it's like it's good having some light-hearted and also poking fun at things.
You mean other people.
Yes.
Ah, but no, this was good fun, and thank you for to our audience for listening in. You were amazing, and thank you to
Thank
anyone
you
who
to
listens to
everyone
the
who
future.
will be listening.
Alright,
Bye bye, everyone.
bye.